BECKMAN, Riley O'Toole. For the rest of the Illinois players, they will be available if round.
Outside our locker room on the front side.
Okay. Coach Beckman, the opening statement.
Well, you know, it's disappointing, I guess is the first word, because you wanted these seniors to leave with a W. And that didn't occur today for the Fighting Illini. As we said, I can't thank these seniors enough. They played extremely hard. We just didn't capitalize on some of the things that we needed to capitalize on. You know, scoring points and doing the things we need to do to be successful. But these 17 seniors that we've had, I can't say enough about them, as I mentioned. We've got a battle cry that we use for each senior class, and this year we used the OSCE standard for our success is going to equal the knowledge, effort, and energy of the football team. Well, that's never going to change now. We're going to keep that because of what this senior class did for this football team in starting a drive to get us better and better each and every week. And I definitely saw it as we progressed throughout the football season. So we're going to take it. We owe it to these seniors to move this program forward. Of course, disappointed, but we'll be back at it on January 19th.
Coach, a little comment about your offense. 80 yards better than your season average. Had a pretty good day offensively.
Yeah, I thought offensively, you know, definitely made some plays. I thought Riley was throwing the ball. I thought Josh and D.Y. ran the ball. You know, just to mark, I thought Geronimo Allison probably had one of his best games back. So I thought they played well, and I thought really our defense, other than probably 2 plays, played extremely good too for most of the football game. But you know, again, points are all that matters. They had more points than we did. So, you know, our football team realizes what we have to do to make sure that next year when we're in a bowl game that we are victorious.
Coach, was that your plan to have Riley handle the ball? I mean, I think he was in about 3/4 of your plays today, running, rushing, and passing.
Tim, there's no question about that. I mean, Riley, since he's taken over as our quarterback here the last half of the football season, you just think about what he's done for this football team. I mean, he really was the starter for 3 out of the last, you know, 6 victories, and you know, he did a great job with us, getting on track with his running skills and his throwing skills. So, you know, he has a lot to do with our success here lately.
Riley, can you make a comment about your play today and just playing in the bowl?
It was a lot of fun. I mean, the whole week is just a fun time, just to spend with your teammates. I'm here with your teammates 24/7. It's a great experience, and obviously you want to come out to win, but at the same time, we weren't here last year, so we get to have our heads held high, knowing that we improved so much from last year. And I mean, obviously, like I said, you want to get the win, but hopefully we can build on this for future seasons, future Illini seasons, to get the 7, 8, 9 wins and then win the bowl game. This has been a great experience, and I wouldn't change it except for the win. But all week has been fun, and thanks for having us.
You went up against a former teammate, got the MVP, Houston Bates. Just, Riley, your comments on Houston play today.
He hit me hard a couple times, but it was fun going against a friendly foe. But I mean, obviously, we wish we could have made a few more plays, but I mean, congrats to him. He's a great kid. We had a lot of fun when he was in Illinois, so I'm sure the guys on their team are loving his presence on their team. So congratulations to him. He deserves it. A little bittersweet.
Coach Beckman on Houston.
I'm not going to take any of the credit, but he did play for us for 2 years. You know, I was proud of Houston. Houston's always been that type of player. He plays 110% every snap. He's got great football intelligence, and I'm proud of him. I mean, what else can you say? I mean, no, I'm sorry he was on the other team, but you know, he had a great career for us and had the opportunity. Graduated in 4 years, one of our top student athletes, and now decided that he wanted to go to medical school and move closer to his mother. So how can you ever say no to a young man that wants those types of things? I'm not going to punish a young man for that. He had a heck of a game, and we knew he was going to be a factor in this football game.
Okay, questions from the floor, and if you identify yourself in the outlet. Right here. Drew.
Demario Davis, Johnson, and San Journal. Coach Beckman, how do you, could you explain moving forward in the future, just losing, three seniors on the offense, three starters on defense?
Yeah, that's what, we're going to have over, I don't know the exact number, but we're going to have over 350 starts back when we take the field against Western Illinois. Starts meaning that a lot of guys have played a lot of football as freshmen and sophomores. So we have got to take this football program, we're going to watch this film, realize the things that we could have done. I'm a positive guy, I'm not going to dwell on negatives. We know what the negatives are, we've got to fix those negatives to get better. But we're going to dwell on some of the positives, and as I said, they'll be back on January 19th, and we'll get started on January 20th. And it's going to get started for us to get better and keep this program moving forward.
Question over there.
Steve Greenberg from the Chicago Sun-Times. For Riley, it became evident fairly early on that you weren't going to slide on any of those runs. Was that this is my last game, was that a conscious thing on your part?
Yeah, it was. Obviously you have to be relatively smart, but Nate Schultz actually texted me yesterday and said, just reminded me it's my last game ever. He did the same thing in his game, his senior year, so, why not leave it all on the field? That was my mindset. Last game ever, so not gonna shy away.
How are you feeling? Just follow up. You were staggering around a little bit out there. How are you feeling?
Just usual bumps and bruises. Had a couple of scares there, got rolled up on, but no different than the last few games.
Question here.
Roy Lang, Shreveport Times. Coach, you look at the final score, people might dismiss this, but talk about the impact and the emotions around the double fumble play and Tech gets that big score right after that.
Well, again, misfortunate. We rushed the passer, create the fumble. Jihad picks the ball up. Jihad's had an excellent second half of the season. There's no question he's still like a freshman to us, being a junior college transfer. He runs down the field and fumbles that football. And, I think, our kids still believe that there was, opportunities, and then we didn't make that play when we tried to save the clock as much as we could after that, of course. But we had an MA on missed assignment on the touchdown that they had, or not touchdown, but the long catch. So really ended up, taking the wind out of the sails.
Question here.
Charles Boyd, BGC Sports. Just your thoughts real quick, Coach, on Mike Dudet and his future going forward. He's only a freshman. He's had a pretty good game today.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I think all three wide receivers. Now, if you think about it, Geronimo Allison is a first-year football player, and then some of those catches that Malik Turner were making at the end, he's another freshman. I think all three of those young men, I'll start with Mikey, has got great futures in front of them, and they're really excited. They're workaholics. They work extremely hard to make themselves better. Riley was getting the ball to them to make them successful, and we're excited about those three joining us again. We've got 3 more years with 2 of them and another year with GMO. So we're very, very excited that they're back.
Shannon Ryan, Chicago Tribune. Coach, the amount of penalties, especially in the first half, did it take you by surprise? And what do you think the reason was, just given the time for bowl preparation that happened?
Wow, it's hard to comment on some of those penalties. So I'll just keep it at that. I'm glad that group's doing the Sugar Bowl with Coach Meyer.
I won't ask you about I was going to ask about the Mikey Dudek possible hold, but I guess.
What's that?
I was going to ask about it looked like a hold on Dudek on the one.
Yeah, again, and probably I'm the one that gets out of hand more than anybody else, and that's not what I need to be doing as a football coach, so I'm learning also, because I get kind of irate at times, and I don't want it to affect our players. So there's nothing we can do about it if it isn't called or not. That's college football. You hope everything's called, but sometimes they're not, so you have to play the next play.
Got up here in the front.
Matt Daniels, Champaign News Gazette. Riley, on that interception, if you're what did you see on that play, and then also just emotion-wise, just what's going on in your head right now?
I think that was the play that she was referring to. But it was a timing route, and they play a defense where they leave the safety real far back, so they're really just trying to get one-on-one with that guy, and then It was a timing route, so I threw it a little early and lofted it up a little bit, and then, yeah, just went right to the guy.
Okay, right here.
Joe Walker, BGC Sports. Coach, on a positive note, you guys held them to 114 yards rushing. Talk about the strategy behind it, because coming in, you guys gave up a lot of yards on the ground, but now you did a good job there against Kenneth.
You know, I really think that we've improved the second half of the football season. That's a credit to our defensive staff. I think the maturity level of our players as they continue to grow, you know, from DJ Smoot to Jihad Ward to TJ Neal's first, you know, big year of starting. All those guys really progressed, and you know, I think we had a great scheme for it. They had a very, very good running back. But I think if you look at our last, you know, didn't probably play as good as we wanted to against Ohio State or Iowa, but I think as a whole our defense got better in the second half of the season, stopping the run.
Question here.
Sean Isabella with the Monroe News Star. Louisiana Tech has all season they've kind of relied on big plays and turnovers. We saw that with the 80-yard touchdown, 70-yard pass plays, the interception, 6. Just what type of impact do those have on the game?
You know, that's a game of football to me. You know, and you know, we'll all talk about what a good game until the very end. But the bottom line is the score is the score. I think they've been very, very opportunistic in what they've done this year. I think that's the mark of a pretty darn good football team. I know that I've been, you know, involved in some defenses where we were very, very aggressive and made plays like they did. We need to become that better on our defense. And, you know, they hit us with some long, opportunistic plays, getting the ball to the two guys they wanted to get the ball to. And, you know, we just got to be able to stop those better. So no question, those are big, huge plays in this football game.
One last question right here in the back.
Area Bedford Scouts Alley. Coach, could you talk a little bit about Josh Ferguson and his performance, having 12 touches as a rusher and receiver and amassing over 112 yards?
He did a great job. Again, he was a little bit dinged coming into the second half. You know, but again, I thought, you know, I think Josh has all the capabilities to be as good as there is. I really believe that. And, you know, he has really progressed in these last 2 football games against Northwestern and, of course, this La Tech game. So, you know, I look forward to seeing how he progresses in the future. We've got him for another year. And I think his game is in front of him. And that's what's so unique about it as a head football coach. You know that, you know, he's going to be better and better as he progresses throughout college football.
Okay, Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, Al.